Welcome to episode 25. You know what's funnier than 24?
Let me hear it.
25.
If you saw the last episode, you know why.
And stop putting the triangle Easter eggs in our video.
Hey, man.
Flappin' Flotsam, what's that?
Illuminati confirmed.
I approve because we need to know. We need people to know we do not support and that we know that they're watching.
Putting the triangle
Right? We
Easter
know-
eggs in our video.
We know that they're watching. Right? So, this is-
Cut this episode.
I was not going to say that. Cut out that part. Cut out that part, please.
I thought that so suddenly.
I know I see it. That's the Lord watching out for me. Yeah. So the Icarus Project episode 25. Welcome back. Yeah.
We made it a quarter century, man.
Thank you for the views. We dropped a short the other day and it blew up. Out of nowhere. I did not see that coming. Like I just randomly dropped it, and I mean the caption could be better, but it was okay.
And we
And
just testing it out.
yeah, so glad that
it works.
it works. Yes, appreciate that. So thank you for the views. So as usual, like, comment, and subscribe.
Please do.
So
Let's put it right here.
well, yeah, skills. You
Right
can,
there.
yeah.
That's a work.
I'm tired, boss.
Put the cotton thing.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
Nasty got me working. Please let me free.
That's rough, buddy. Yeah, so the topic for this episode, as the title suggests, is a review of season 1 of Daredevil Born Again. Yeah, so I mean, well, I watched all the episodes.
Alright.
I finished the last one last week. So overall, I will say I'm happy he's back. This was a good season. Right off the top of my head, the only complaint I would really have is that I didn't see enough Daredevil. But
Yeah, I think is they try to use this season storytelling wise for it to be like a prequel to him returning. So like they wouldn't get that much of the suit and him doing the action things as Daredevil, but you will get a lot of Matt Murdock being pushed into the role of Daredevil once again.
yep,
So I mean, storytelling wise, it was good. I mean, we said in our first episode about this when we watched the first 2 episodes that it was shaping up to be one of Disney's finest series. I wouldn't put it there now because of how the season went.
yeah,
But
you
it
know, a little
was
bit. more.
storytelling wise, it was really good.
Yeah, no, well, that's the thing. So, like, I just because I wanted to see action and fists throwing, I wanted to see Daredevil a little bit more. But it's always been a half Daredevil, half law show,
Yeah.
and you got a lot of the law stuff, a lot
Too
of
much.
it. So, yeah, but it was good.
And they killed Foggy.
Yeah, boy, that was
What killing me is Foggy did so much. The guy that acted as Foggy did all the marketing,
doing promo.
all
He's
of the
still
marketing.
doing promo for season 2.
Yeah, I think he's coming back to season 2.
Impossible.
I mean, he might shoot some like flashback scenes or something.
Yeah, I mean, I hope so, unless it's the hand, because then he come back as a demon. Anyway, I don't know.
Respect. Oh,
I was actually gonna say Rachel Blue, and then I was like, no, I don't wanna offend people.
Wrong universe.
We just got 2K views. Let's not offend the fan base.
Why? Drama.
But I mean, so like season. All right, so just a quick talk about each episode. It was 8 episodes, nine episodes this season.
Yeah, which was really disappointing for me because when it was dropping and there was making an announcement, we were promised 22.
Well, yes.
We were promised 20. I mean, they already started filming season 2.
No, season 2 finished. That dropping in a couple months, I think.
It's
By
false.
the end of the year.
No way.
You sure?
I believe so. If my information
I think
is
it's
correct.
by March next year.
March next year.
Because last night I see they're still talking about the still filming.
It had
And we might get Black Suit Daredevil, which is
I see the black suit, so that's why I think I saw somewhere that Born
like
Again.
Netflix.
Sorry.
Yeah, actually you have to put Born Again.
Yeah. Season 2 release date. Yeah, I saw the black suit as well, and that looked like it was
Like
filmed.
a while.
March 2026,
Yeah,
yeah.
I told you that March next year.
Okay, well then that mean that mean people not sticking then.
They're still filming. They're still filming.
Yeah, because
The show-
I saw the tip for that black suit before the last 2 episodes came out.
Well, yeah, the filming. The show, the clip that I saw was Charlie Cox and D'Onofrio in Fogwart's gym. So I think that's they say it's a spoiler. I don't know what kind of spoiler that would be. But yeah, that announcement was like last week. And they're still filming.
Okay. All right.
So-
Well, I didn't honestly. Because I saw the black suit and it looked like full on action was happening. I was thinking this is stuff that filmed already and it was coming later on. But yeah, they're not sticking because I did see as well that they want to keep making Daredevil for the next 10 years or something. So
Well,
I don't know how that's gonna
as
happen.
Feige said, Charlie is there as Matt Murdock moving forward, and we love him.
Uh-huh.
So I'm looking forward to it. I like the Netflix series. I mean, the Defenders kind of put a little bit of salt in the ointment, but
It did. It did hit it.
but but Daredevil himself.
Yes, that's what I was not going to say. The
Was-
Offenders hit the whole Netflix thing, but even in that, Daredevil was
meant.
good stuff.
Even She-Hulk, Daredevil was like
Yes.
one of the best parts of She-Hulk, and like a very mid show.
You disgust me.
Yeah. I don't know if it's just because of his likability as a character. You just can't, because he's like Spider-Man. You
Yeah.
just once you see him, you're excited to see him.
Yeah.
But
Did you watch the Friendly Neighbors Spider-Man on Disney?
I did.
Did you see the Deadpool? The
Daredevil in
scene?
that? Yes, I did.
And what do you think about it?
No, it was legit. That was Daredevil.
Why did Spider-Man not sense the baton?
Well, listen,
It was Malinton coming out too. He's supposed to have spider sense with.
I mean, he knew it coming. That's what.
He did not know it was coming because it stopped him in its
okay.
tracks.
Yeah, no, that was he. So the spider sense lets him know something coming, but he don't know what it is.
Okay.
So like, if you're in the middle of a fight and you
throwing a punch at Spider-Man, no much like Spider-Man throwing a punch at Spider-Man, substances go. What is the excuse, Spider-Man?
No, that's true.
man?
It's true. No, I mean I could fight it, but I don't want to.
Don't
Because
fight it. Accept it for what it was. The series has been.
it was.
I told you it was a loop show. Like
Yes, it
what happened in
was.
the beginning was because of his actions.
I was
and-
happy to see Strange in it as well.
Yeah, Doctor
he
Strange
was
and
good stuff.
everything. The Venom symbiote that they had was kind of cool.
That was freaky as hell.
It was pretty dope.
Yeah.
We get a lot of character building.
Yes,
I can
there
see.
was foreshadowing,
Yep.
things coming up in the future to look forward to.
And it's not a direct copy from Marvel's current Spider-Man story. So,
Yes.
So
Yeah. So,
yeah. So back to Daredevil.
I mean, season 1, season 2, those are the first two to release. Pretty-
Episode 1 and 2.
Yeah, episode 1 and 2.
So we spoke about
yeah.
episode 1 and 2 already.
Talked about a whole episode in that. You'll probably see it in the corner there.
So go watch it if
Popping
you
up.
haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Editor, work.
Get back to work!
But I will do that one because that's
Editor, work.
that one is in YouTube. But
Editor, work.
I try to help it, dog. That's how I see it. Episode 3 was when the trial so spoilers for the season.
Oh man, you're just ruining it. Look at my lips. You're ruining it.
This is a spoiler talk. We're going to talk about the season. So
Yeah.
if you haven't watched it,
Spoilers.
Well, I'm watching that. I'm watching it.
Correct. Yeah, so episode 3 was the trial for Hector Ayala. That's when I think Daredevil dropped the bomb.
And revealed that Ayala was White Tiger.
Yeah, and I mean, to me, that was a slight dick move,
Yeah,
but
because-
necessary.
Yeah, because he told Ayala that he was going to keep it out of the
Yes.
the trial. He told the
Yes.
judge that he was
So
going
the judge is not good, but he did help. That it did help.
Yeah.
It saved the case. However, it kind of also got the man killed.
Yeah, but remember we talked about in the first episode what happened to the 2 police officers after he beat them in the apartment, and it's like they thought they was dead because of all the blood and thing.
I thought so.
And Matt put the biggest dick move in the courtroom. It's like tell them it wasn't.
Yeah.
You watch them like they will never believe you.
Yeah.
Tell them it was
You lost a fight to a blind man? What? What?
That was hilarious. That one scene in the courtroom.
Yeah, that was, I mean, he know what he do, you know.
Yeah,
knows
he
do.
does. But I don't think he's blind. You see, what I'm hitting for in a relationship, he's not blind. I'm hitting 10s all around though.
He's extremely fortunate.
No, it's not more fortunate.
I tell you, the man, he could be shooting his shots blindly. We don't know.
Literally.
Because I mean, he getting through. That's all that matters.
You get your lot.
But yeah, so that was episode 3.
And the actor for White Tiger passed away in 2023.
Yes.
So like everybody hoping to see like a White Tiger action scene. Tough.
Yeah.
Maybe
Unfortunately.
his niece will take out the matter.
That's what usually happens. His niece eventually becomes White Tiger. Because she's the one I know about from that Ultimate Spider-Man show. Yeah.
Right, so the niece will take up the matter what you get the medallion, but he was executed.
Yeah.
And
it was, later on we'll talk about
because Matt got him off from the murder trial. And later in the episode, we saw Punisher bullet.
Yep.
Casing fall on the floor, so he was like, Frank, why did you do this? I thought you were friends to the vigilantes. And that's how the episode ended. Because I was hoping to see like White Tiger do something, show some powers.
Yeah, I was like, because he didn't really get to show the powers. He didn't show the powers at all.
And Matt talk about it to the judges, like he didn't have his medallion, that's why he couldn't use his powers. It's like, what are the powers?
Yeah.
What are the powers?
It's just some enhanced strength and quickness and all that.
I mean, Craven with less steps.
Is a
Craven
kind
with
of,
less steps.
I don't mean to make it sound bad, but it's a knockoff Black Panther. To be very honest,
Yeah.
it is. That's all it is. But
Remember, we have a Burns Tiger in DC. We talked about that as well. So, like, I thought it was that, but it's not.
no, it's
I
not.
cross my universes a lot.
No. So that was episode 3. Episode 4 was when we saw Punisher come back into play, because in the previous episode, as I said,
it was
Matt knew right away that it wasn't him, of course. But
and I thought it was him. The way they showed in the shadows, I was like, what? No.
yeah, it
But that's the storytelling part of it. They wanted you to think it was him.
because it was believable the way it looked.
And it's a reintroduction to Frank because we know he's getting his story as well.
Yes.
Disney's gonna do his story. And John Bernthal is, promoting it already.
The man showed up and showed out in this.
Yeah.
He
read the right comics.
He did.
I saw he did an interview and he was like, he went to a comic book store and the guy in the comic book store was like, I know exactly who you are, put down those comics, read this, and this.
Yeah.
There's the Punisher that you're going to play.
Correct.
Right? So he literally did read the right comics. It have no sugarcoated anything with Frank Castle. He's not super stealthy like Thomas Jane in Punisher 1.
Well, if he needs
which
to.
was a good Punisher still.
It was.
Right? But he's not super stealthy with the bow and arrow running in the darkness. You see the second Punisher movie? With that, I forget the actor name, which was just brutal.
Yeah.
That is fun.
Yeah, because Punisher is just really his mission is just it's quite simple.
Yeah.
He's just straight. He's a street shooter. You do bad things, you
Justice.
die. Justice. Simple as that. It have no gray area inside of it. There's either this or that.
But you still need the acting chops behind it, I think. And John Bernthal is
Yes,
that guy.
he's portraying that.
Didn't like him from Walking Dead, and since then he's been great in everything else.
Look. You didn't like him in Walking Dead?
Bro, I hated that guy in Walking Dead. Bro. That was
Wow.
my introduction to that guy.
And you did okay.
I remember he made the guy wife cheat on him, and the baby was really his own and not the. Yeah, Walking Dead. Didn't like him.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
But he wasn't supposed to be a character he didn't like.
Well, yes, and actors who could make you actually dislike them in person based off of the way that they portray a character.
Yeah, because like King Joffrey and Ramsay from Game of Thrones.
Listen to me.
I will,
Those were the most hated
if I see them in
men.
the streets, I'm throwing hands, my guy. I am throwing
Yeah,
hands.
nah, I mean, no, because I know he died and I was satisfied with the way Joffrey died.
I was satisfied with Ramsay that Joffrey gave up too easy. I mean, poison.
Nah, it looked good though.
I mean, yeah, he suffered.
He suffered.
But then he put pressure on my favorite character right
Tyrion.
after that.
Yeah.
So that kind of upset.
He still got his leg back. Like,
Yeah, he gave his back right before he kicked the bucket. But Ramsay was eaten by his own dogs.
Yeah, that was
my
rough.
guy.
That was rough.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? And the fact that John beat him bloody before that,
Mm-hmm.
and his Sansa is the one that get to say, yeah, you don't have it in a while. They see how loyal these dogs will be.
Correct. Don't
Yo.
put that to the test.
Yeah.
Do not put that to the test. So yeah, they were
Have
satisfied.
characters that make you hate them, and those are some examples.
Mm-hmm.
John Bernthal was one in Walking Dead for me, but he got his forgiveness. He didn't have this black actor from some comedy show that they just don't like because he made fun of his wife for being fat and thing, and they'll never forgive him.
Well, which one?
It's a Tyler Perry movie, dog. We'll figure it out after.
I'm not
but
too sure
yeah,
about that.
like it's characters
okay.
people will never forgive because of what they do in a show, in one show.
So I mean, that was episode 4. That was when they brought back Punisher, but he didn't stay long. It was more of a talk, and then you started to see Matt and Wilson falling into their old ways.
Yeah.
And then
I think Wilson tried for all of 2 seconds.
I don't think he tried at all.
I think he tried for all of 2 seconds.
I think everything was a show with that man.
Nah, I think he tried for all of 2
I don't
seconds.
think he tried at all. I think he's exactly who he's always
he
been.
knew what he was gonna do when he got into office. He knew he was gonna get office. But he tried to be like, alright, I gotta make the city better, but I'll still go and rule it with an iron fist.
Dog.
But then he was like, why doing that? I want my woman back and I just want power.
From the beginning, even before we even got reintroduced to the show, this man had his wife's lover still
locked up.
chained up. He was the same from the beginning. He was the same from the beginning.
Fair.
So yeah, he was just putting on a show and he put it on well.
He did.
He put it on well. He even fooled Matt. And so
I
yeah.
read his heart rate and
Yeah.
but all his shots are the son is supposed to be the sons.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
So I think Matt knew who he was and that's why
Yeah,
he
Matt
fought.
never doubted it.
Yeah, that's why he fought tooth and nail. It's like, yo, he's not changed. He's still evil. He's doing this for himself. He's not doing this for the city.
Yeah.
Blah 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 blah.
The wood's there, the wood's pretty, but
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah,
But he
after
did the actor for the Punishers, as usual, did a great job.
he did.
He's not as big and imposing as he was
You
before.
mean Wilson? Yeah.
Yeah.
Fisk.
The Mafrio, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's been doing really good.
Yeah, he's owning that role quite well.
Yeah, I mean, from since Hawkeye, when he was the skill
Echo.
Yeah, Echo
Mentor.
Mentor. And the fourth in the last episode,
Yeah,
when he was in Hawaiian shit Punisher,
Wilson.
Fisk,
Kingpin.
Kingpin.
Yeah.
So like he was menacing in that one though. He looked
No, he was.
he looked
Yeah,
menacing in Hawkeye.
he was.
Daredevil, I think the actor himself just lost some weight because of health reasons, because he getting old.
Well, yeah.
So, it works out, being part of the storyline.
And episode 5 was an entertaining one. That was the one where they were in the court, the bank robbery.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
and we got to see Kamala Khan's dad.
yeah. At first, I didn't pick up on because I hadn't watched that show in a long time, and I really,
I recognized him immediately though.
I didn't like as he kept going. I was like,
And my mind was like, Kamala Khan lived in New York.
no.
Why did
Yeah.
father working in a bank in New York though?
Yeah, he just randomly out there. Because I didn't watch the Marvel, so I don't know what his story is. I don't know what's going on. with him.
You don't really have a story. If you watch Miss Marvel, the series, you already have a story. He's just Kamala Khan's dad.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that's just an Easter egg to link the
Yeah, I mean, he played a big part in the show.
yeah.
Like the actor, he played a big part. He wasn't just background. He was actually in the
No,
show.
he's not
so-
a background character. He's a main character in a Disney show in a Marvel
Yeah.
series.
So good for him that he got to
He gets
put
some
on.
shine.
Yeah, but and he was like he was in this as well. Huh? Like he was helping
Yeah.
Matt. So good for him.
Yeah, so that was everything. Episode was good. Drove the story.
We saw the build up and the execution of the entire unnecessary leg breaking.
Yeah, but woo!
That
I think we needed that because the show was getting a bit too slow.
yeah, but he beat that man.
Yeah, boy. That leg break was still as entertaining as it looked in the trailer.
Because I saw it coming, I was like, yeah. I know all of this ain't necessary.
Yes.
All of this is not necessary, but I want to see it. I can't stop watching. So yeah, that was good. And then, well, episode 6 is when. So it ended. Episode 5 ended with White Tiger's daughter, niece being kidnapped by Muse. And episode 6 began with your boy back in business.
Because I mean, he built a relationship with his clients and he got a relationship with White Tiger's niece. You know, promising her that he will do everything to get justice for him. And then she went and did the thing that all these characters do.
Yep.
I'm gonna fight the system
Investigate.
myself.
I'm gonna figure it out myself. And then I'm gonna find a serial killer all by myself.
How did that work out for you?
Not good at all.
Stupid.
And but you see the way that he came back into the picture
Yeah.
with the train and Muse looking at
Yeah.
him, and I was just like, oh, this is cinema.
Cinema.
This is
Pure cinema.
Like I was quite pleased with that scene.
Pure cinema. So that was dope. The fight between him and Muse was actually pretty good.
It was good. It was he was brutal and
And the thing is, like, I was expecting Muse to be such a good fighter.
yeah. But I mean that was explained later on. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, because he's just a guy that's taking around some people's blood.
no, well in the comics, he's so okay. I don't think he has the fighting skills in the comics, but in the comics he actually has powers. His powers are to affect your actual senses. So he is legitimately a bad matchup for Daredevil.
Oh.
Because
He
Daredevil
uses
fights
all
with
his
his senses. So
senses,
he messing up his senses, he's true of Daredevil like that.
Okay.
So, but as in the comics, in the show they made it, he didn't have that. I don't. Well,
Because I'm mentally unstable kid.
correct. And I mean, I will say that's the one thing that is also disappointing to me is like they didn't really do that much with his character. I was expecting more.
And like we said in episode 1, like they just using a bunch of like even though they had like prominent roles in the comics,
Mhm.
they're using a lot of throwaway characters. to
Yeah.
get rid of them.
And Muse is not a throwaway character.
Because
His story was
got
good.
what? The first 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Well, the second and third episode, Muse got 2 episodes
Yeah.
and got rid of him. Then Bullseye got 2 episodes, the first and the 8th.
I think like the build up for Muse was there from the moment he gave Matt's girlfriend the book to sign. So and you knew like, okay, this guy looks important.
Yeah.
And then he came out and was like, all right, looks like he's gonna be a big deal.
And it happened to he is Muse, so
And then when he died, when she shot him, I was like,
that's it. That's it.
he gonna die? Like
Your part in this show has ended.
I genuinely didn't see that coming. So
And that fight in the office, that was episode 7, moving on from 6, sorry.
yeah, so that was
Because it ended
episode
with
7.
that fight where Daredevil rescued Ayala's niece. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the guy who gave Matt's girlfriend the book went to her office and as himself, not as Muse, and became Muse in the office and started to attack her and whatnot. They
Yep.
dash on her forearm and whatnot.
Yep.
Right? Did the Muse thing. And Daredevil being, plot armorish, popped in at the right time
He's always show up at the right time.
and beat him.
Yeah.
She got up and she killed Muse.
Yes, she did.
And later when she was telling him that, I protected me, I saved me. And it's like, did you? Did you? Did you? Because if Daredevil didn't push through that window, you know who would not be here right now? Did you save you?
Facts. I actually started to, and this has always happened to me. I started to not like her character the more
She started to delve deeper into
the show went, yeah, because now she's like, okay, mass vigilantes are all the same. They have all the same
and
motivations.
she's not giving it a chance or any nuance.
It's like,
As a psychologist,
you're a psychiatrist. What is you supposed to be thinking on a higher level than this?
yeah. And she was like, no, everyone has a same, this whole thing from their childhood trauma and blah, blah. Nope.
Yeah, so
So psychiatrist / psychologist or whatever she was, she needed a bit more character.
she needed a little bit more training.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Yeah, I mean, the last 2 episodes after Muse died, we got back Bullseye, and I want to see more of him. I want to see
his
more of him.
escape from prison was super dope.
Yeah, that man's tooth.
Yeah, because it's like he provoked them enough for them to actually punch his face in,
Yep.
and then the man popped out his own tooth.
Yeah, that
And
was
it's like
that was good.
everything is a weapon for Bullseye.
Yeah, nah,
Everything
he's
is a weapon
legitimate.
for
So
Bullseye.
looking forward to seeing him in season 2. And well, his final episode, the fight with Daredevil, Punisher, and the Task Force,
It was super.
that was satisfying.
Yeah.
That was very satisfying.
I like-
R.I.P. to the man lost. But
I like how Frank was like, yo, you have me as an inspiration. He's a bunch of clowns,
yeah, nah, y'all
I
don't know what
like-
y'all talking about.
Yeah, you're a bunch of Frank Castle ripoffs with your skull on your chest feeling like all it could be punishers.
And it didn't even look good. The skulls wasn't even
Yeah,
looking
it was
good.
real off.
Yes, they were disrespectful and
But we still got that character dynamic between like the three-way love story between Matt, Karen, and Frank.
yeah. I mean, I don't think Matt and Karen so much anymore, but
I think there was still season 2. There was trying to
We'll
get
see.
back into the thing, and that'll be an issue. And
'Cause-
right now, the last episode, Frank is tied up still.
no, he escaped. He talked to the man nicely
Mm-hmm.
and got the man to come and shake his hand.
Right.
And Frank was like, oh,
Yeah.
and that's it. Time to go to my own show.
But Frank going into that fight by himself was crazy, but he did number
He
one
did.
most of them.
He did. Because,
Which is-
he let loose.
Like I said, not the Thomas Jane one way, you're being stealthy, and but
Yeah.
he was
He just
out
walked in.
open.
He just walked in.
I'm cutting this guy's throat with a big knife.
Yeah.
I'm taking the non-lethal bullets to chest and still going forward.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the mistake. They wanted to be Frank friend.
They did.
No,
It's like, we just want to talk.
no.
And it's like, no, I just had to kill.
Yeah, it's,
Oh,
like, bruh,
It's very straightforward.
I have a job to do. I'm going to do it.
It's very straightforward. I don't know why you're confused. and you know exactly why I'm here. So, yeah.
Yeah, so the fight in Matloft, Karen coming to save them.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, it was like I said, storytelling wise, it was good. It wasn't as much action as I was expecting it to be,
Mm-hmm.
but it was a good reintroduction, I should say, because the ending is the scene with him standing up in Josie's, talking to the people,
Yes.
telling them, well,
Inspiring them for.
yeah, like Matt does,
He building his own team.
yeah,
So we'll see.
without Jessica Jones and Nick Cage and Danny
We'll see.
Rand.
I hear talks about them coming back. So
They are coming back. They have images of the lady, Rita, whatever her name is.
I can't
They
remember.
have
Jessica
images of
Jones.
Yeah, so Jessica Jones coming back. We think they say that they're gonna bring back this guy to play Luke Cage, even though he's have his own stuff and he say he's not sure. And we don't know what's going on with the guy that played Danny Rand.
Yeah.
Hopefully we change him. But we're looking like they might bring him back.
So we'll see what season 2 holds, but we're looking
season
forward
one,
to it.
all in all,
It
what
was,
do you rate it out of 10?
I would give it a 7.5.
I honestly, I was expecting more action, but it was still a really
It
good
was.
season, so I would give it an 8.
Yeah, so
I would give it an 8.
yeah, 7.5 for me, 8.
Storytelling, it's like storytelling is my bag. I like good stories.
Yes.
Like if you can hook me with your story, it doesn't have to have so much action. Once it's a compelling story, I would like it.
The only reason this 7.5, it got this 7.5 for me was because of the confusion with Muse. Like I feel like they wasted him there. And
Guys, you were invested in that character from before.
well, that's what it looked like. He was gonna be the thing, but
It didn't though.
they were building him up.
From the trailers and stuff, they showed like literally a flashing clip of him.
Right, and that's like,
But they showed a flashing clip of White Tiger too though.
well, I mean, you know, White Tiger gonna be there, but Muse is, I mean, I guess coming in from the comics, knowing how big he was, what a big deal he was in the
That's
comics.
why I say you have pre from the comics.
You
But
do,
the
you
bad
know,
guy for Daredevil will always be Kingpin.
Kingpin, yeah.
So
Yeah, I think we should charge it there.
yeah, let us know what you thought about
Yes,
Daredevil.
what did you think about this season?
If you agree with some of our takes, if you disagree, leave comments. We interact.
Yes, please.
It might be from the actual Icarus page. We might get you'll get my personal page interactive.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the drama.
He does. He brings the drama. He does.
I like the drama. I like to poke the bear.
Yeah.
So bring the drama.
Yeah.
Like, comment.
Subscribe. Peace.